Hey everybody. I've had a couple of people ask me about the beans I planted back on April the 30th, and today is May 24th. Um, Took the drone out and just did a little bit of low flying this afternoon when I got home from work. And these were planted with a grain drill. So you can take a look at how the controlled spill of seed um, put plants out there, seed out there that germinated and turned into plants. And something that you can kind of notice here is every so many rows you've got a really poor row. And you might notice the tractor tire marks on that particular row that's poor. And so what's been happening is you get compaction with the tractor tire, and then the row struggles to come up and do anything. In years past, that row would be a little bit behind everybody else, but it would come on up and catch up. Um, it's just the nature of how I've been planting with little Ford 4000 tractor and the grain drill. One of the things that I am kind of pleased about as I'm looking at this, the row spacing, I've got the turnarounds fairly even. Some kind of deer walking around right there. But like I said, it's a controlled spill, so you don't have that consistency that you would get with a true planter with the index plates in it. I'm really, this year's been a odd year. I thought I had waited late enough that the cold weather was gone. These beans came up and they'd been sticking out of the ground about 3 days, and then we had 2 nights back to back where it was about 34 degrees here. And then we went for about 9 days that the temperature didn't get over 60 degrees in the daytime. So this has been the slowest start to a bean field I think I can remember. Um, they're little plants are 2.5, maybe one or two of them out there might be 3 inches tall. But we had a nice day today, nice day yesterday. All right, here I've changed over to the other side of the field, and I got a little altitude, and I'm just kind of looking at row spacing. You can still see the same situation where the tractor tire has compacted the soil, and that row that's in that tractor tire mark is a little bit behind everybody else. And you can see a lot of missing plants over here on this side. I don't think the germination was as good over here as it was in the first little clip that I shot. But is what it is. They'll come up and grow. They'll do okay, and we'll have another bean crop. The field's looking a lot better right now than it did last year. Last year I put beans out here and it just wouldn't rain, and it was super hot, super hot. It had some high 90-degree days with no rain, and they just suffered. But now I want you to notice the different colors in the soil. Those real light colors, that's high sand content. They've already give up some moisture at the surface level. The darker colors is more of a good dark, rich, dirt type soil, and they're still holding the moisture. But you've heard me talk about this farm being like a patchwork quilt. Soil's just different texture. Now, as we cross the grass waterway, you notice a lot of green kind of in the center of the little 2 acre piece. We'll get the drone down close on that and let you have a look, see at what's going on over there. And I'm not overly concerned at the moment. Now, we're down in that field and we're moving towards the other side of the tree line. Fairly good row population over here, but what you're going to start to notice is I've got some weed pressure coming up, and you can see the greenery coming up in between the rows. And when I first spotted this, before I walked out there in it and really got to looking at it, I was freaking out thinking, oh no, water hemp. But praise God, it's just lamb's quarter. Now, lamb's quarter is easy to kill. Water hemp, you need to get on that stuff quick, because if it gets much of a root down, you got a problem. All right, now we're looking at the corn that Cousin Scott planted with a planter. And you can see very uniform, even spacing in these rows. And that's what I saw this year, the first time I've seen the results of an actual true planter being used. Now, Cousin agreed with a couple of the commenters. Yeah, he put the wrong plate in there, but give the man some slack and some credit. He hadn't done this in over 20 years, and simple mistake, wrong plate, and the corn's a little bit close together. But just visualize the greatness of God and what all God can do. And let's say every stalk makes an ear of corn, and that little Gleaner combine that he's bought makes it through it and harvest it. And visualize a 300 bushel to the acre harvest off of this 2-acre field right here. We can dream, can't we? Or at least I can. I got a big imagination. But anyhow, I'm kind of excited because when I finished getting this video, I decided to go stop by Cousin's house and see what kind of progress he was making on something he's working over there. And I tried out my phone for the first time making video. So I'm going to tag that on to the end of this and let y'all see what he was up to over there. Everybody, thanks a bunch for watching.
Hey everybody, soybean farmer. I've been out looking around the field at crops, as you saw in the first part of this video, and I stopped over here at Cousin Scott's just to see if he was home and what he was up to, and I found him working on this planter, and I got real excited because he has done a bunch of work on this thing. Let me get back here and show you what he's come up with. All right, it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 row planter, and he's working on it real hard to get it so he can plant soybean. He's going to plant the Allen field, and now it's looking a whole lot like he's going to use this instead of a grain drill, which is going to be awesome, because once he finishes working on this and getting it right, it'll be a precision drop planter instead of the mess I've showed y'all in the first part of this video with the controlled spill type of thing that you get off of a grain drill. Okay, I spoke to a minute ago about, yeah, you rotate the wheel like it was traveling. All right, you can see that gear turning right there. He's got this one working, he's got that one working, and he's got that one and that one and that one.
See the chains move.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
The panel's already off. That's awesome.
Oh, okay, good. That one's ready.
Yeah, this is the chain drive system right here. I'll see if I can hold the camera down here so y'all can get a look at this. All right, if that's rolling like that, you see the chain going. See, this is dragging on the ground, rolling. The chain's transferring the power up to that sprocket and turning that piece there, which somehow hooks up to a plate in the bottom of the hopper. I don't understand all this. Cousin Scott's the brains on this operation. But there he is, working on getting the next one connected on. Had one of these U-bolt things that didn't want to line back up, and he come up with a way to bend it. Let's go over here and see if it's going back in. Yep, looks like it went back in. He's got 2 nuts on it now. And let's see.
Get this one out and bend it.
You're gonna have to take it out and do that bending trick on that one too.
Yep.
Okay, well, you were successful the first time, so you'll get it the second time. All right, we come over here to the tool and we get, there we go, and you can see what's going on there. He's bending that to make it work. That'll work. And now he's going back to putting it in. This is the first time I've ever used this to shoot video with. This is the phone I bought so I could fly my drone. It's a Samsung S9. And the camera on this thing's fairly phenomenal, but we're fixing to find out how the video does. It's about dark out here. I mean, well, it looks a lot brighter on the screen.
It does. That kind of blows your mind.
Yeah.
My phone does the same thing. It looks real bright. So, and then when you try to take a picture with the flash, it won't flash because it already says it's light enough. So,
yeah.
and the picture turns out pretty cool. So, and good, whatever that is, Neil.
Well, I'm just standing here watching.
That's fine, y'all watch. Don't cost nothing. Come up with something though. Y'all, I ain't Mohammed neither, so.
All right, we'll be back in a minute and see what he comes up with.
Not me no more, that is.
All right, the cousin's got the 2 bolts slipped in there. No, it's 1 bolt, it's a U-bolt. And now he's digging stuff out of this cup of oil. Or is that WD-40?
WD-40, but it's everything I got's so rusty. I lost a nut. I don't mean that disrespectful, but that ain't good.
So we're missing one of the nuts that goes back on that.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Been found. And you won't that far away.
Alright.
All right.
Thank God.
Now you get to play with the ratchet.
I play with it, everything. Now this is my old one I planted corn with.
Oh, so you robbed that off of the other one?
I did.
Okay. This would have been a how many row if you hadn't robbed?
Been 7.
Well, you did go buy you a new air wrench.
And I've had this for a long time, reverse.
All right, folks, we're gonna get some air wrench impact thing going on here.
I'm going the wrong way too, so.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, well, we're on film, so.
Well, you know, at least we caught it before it fell all to pieces on the ground.
Yeah, I love this. Oh, not too much.
I like mine too.
Yeah, these are longer than them. Don't tighten it up.
Uh-oh, ran out of air. All right. Cool. Something I noticed on this thing that he's already got all the junk off of, that's the row marker, so that you can plant even spacing. But anyhow, this is exciting. How many days you been working on this, cousin?
Friday. I got off work at 1 o'clock. Yeah, and I came out here and started something, I don't know, but I had to get all the chains, what you just saw over there.
Uh-huh.
I had to get them functional. There was 7 chains that were stiff, that had to be broke loose. They had those things there on there, and I took them off because I don't want them on there. And then I had wheels that were not running in the same direction, so I put new wheels, turned the wheels around, went to Tractor Supply and got nuts and bolts to put them back on with, because the ones that were on there won't hit no much. So that's my investment at this time. 3.5. 3.5. Man, boy, that's right on the spot.
Well, folks, that's an update. Got corn on the farm this year and getting a real planter on the farm this year. And there's cousin working on it. And it's getting so dark out here now. I don't know what this is going to do. We'll watch him one more time with the impact tool over here.
I love this thing.
You about out of air on that compressor.
Yeah, I got a little dinky system, but it works. I like it. I love it. Beats turning wrenches.
Oh, for sure. Well, everybody, it's just been an update on what cousin Scott's getting done here, building us a planter. Everybody, thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.